Yes, everyone, what's going on? My name is Stephen Howson, and this is Tactical Preview for United against them dicks from Stockport. Right, not really feeling very optimistic, which of late has been a really good sign going into games, but like you're only going to ride that luck for so long, aren't you? And I think you need game winners to come up against City. Let me just look at the absolute fucking disgrace of amount of players that we've got missing. Pogba, Jesse potentially, Martial potentially, McTominay, Bailly, Chung, Maguire, plus everybody else that's also ill. Timbo, Axel. Trying to come up with a starting 11 for this? It's pretty straightforward, to be honest. Coming up with one that you're happy with, bit different. Here's what Ollie had to say in a press conference today. Pogba is still injured. Jesse Martial most likely being rested as he went home ill. They're going to see basically tomorrow morning whether they're fine or not. He says, we'll put out a strong team versus City. I can't give you the team at the moment, but we'll keep the team until tomorrow because I don't think the boys know who's fit and who's available yet either. Terrifying. There's no way you can train in between. It's about mental prep, good treatment with the physios and the staff, and just hopefully we remember what we did last time and we must do better. So I think it's going to be the same sort of tactics that we're going to try and look to hit them on the break, which was very effective against Manchester City at the Etihad last month. Can lightning strike twice? Yes, it can, because you see Pep's not going to change his tactics in any way, shape or form. They are still struggling a little bit, although he has messed around with a back three. I don't think it's going to make a massive amount of difference. United have to play the game that we know they can play. My worry is who we've got capable of doing that, and also our form coming into this game. To be honest, it mirrors our form going into the last derby, so... since the win against Colchester, we've only won 2 in 5 in all competitions. Currently 5th in the league. City have only lost 1 in their last 5 all competitions. Key players definitely going to be De Bruyne. 12 assists with 3.7 key passes per game. You compare that to what you're getting out of Lingard and Pereira. It's about 1.9 per game. But either way, they're still producing way, way, way more. With City and with De Bruyne, he averages 54 passes a game. I'd say all of them are in the opposition third, or if not, it feels like it. Key player for United, Marcus Rashford, 16 goals in all competitions, got 3 in the League Cup. United's top scorer with those 16 goals, scored in his last 3 away games in all Cup, a goal every 132 minutes in the league this season. Absolutely tearing it up. PFA Player of the Month, Manchester United's Player of the Month, all for December. We are looking for Marcus to carry us again in this game, I do believe. Let's have a look at the starting 11. Here's what I feel like we're probably going to have to go with, to be honest. I know I've put Luke Shaw in there. I didn't want to put Luke Shaw in there, but he's going to put Luke Shaw in there, isn't he? And I don't know how many more times we need this evidence that Luke Shaw, he's just plain and simple, not as good as Brandon Williams. He's not. And I hope that there's not even people arguing that no more, because up till last week there were still people arguing it. Surely that's now gone away. By the sounds of it, Maguire could be out, so I think Sir Philip of Jones is likely to come in alongside Lindelof. Axel, Bay, Rojo, all of those would have played ahead of him for me, but doesn't look like it's going to be the case. Wan-Bissaka, I think, is going to start after Young got a run out last week. Fred has to play. Matic probably has to play, to be honest. I wonder if there's a chance that Ethan Hamilton might be given the nod, just sheerly on the fact that there is no other midfielders fit and available. Jimmy Garner, I think he's supposed to be playing, I think it's tonight, so obviously he's not going to feature tomorrow if he does. So it is what it is with the midfield situation presently. Andres Pereira gone in the 10 because I think we need someone that's a little bit more aggressive. Dan James on the right, Rashford on the left, and if Martial's out, it's got to be Mason Greenwood. Like I said, this team essentially has picked itself. The big one, that's the argument that you can make for me, is going to be the goalkeeping situation. Another clean sheet again for Sergio Romero, and it's not like he didn't have to do anything to keep that clean sheet as well. He actually had to work to keep a clean sheet. Or David De Gea. Me and Joe are going to be live at 4 o'clock on Stretford Paddock for Howson's Brew. If you'd like to come and join us, get the kettle on. 4 o'clock over on Stretford Paddock. We're going to be going deep in on De Gea versus Romero. I think we're going to have a bit of an argument on there, because I actually think now Romero has probably earned an extended run in the first team. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree on that, and either way, head over to Stretford Paddock at 4 o'clock, because we will be going more in depth on it over there. Time to head over to the Patreon group, see what the questions are. With next to no time off in January, are you expecting our already depleted squad to completely disintegrate with more injuries? Yep. One or two more injuries is going to absolutely end us, innit? And you know that's what you're going to get when you come into this time. I'm sure of it. Do I think we can repeat the performance last month against City? This is a meaningless cup. Will United even push as hard as they did? I think so, yes. I think we can repeat it. Will we? City have probably just got far too much quality for us, but we obviously play to their weaknesses, don't we? So I would think yes, sadly. Can we all agree this cup is nothing and just play the kids? Even they're all injured, to be honest. Brian, does the two legs benefit us or hinder us to get an aggregate result? I think it hinders us. I think in a one-off game, I think we can definitely do them. I think over two, the quality of City's side versus ours is just going to absolutely end us, I imagine. I'd love to get there. It's another cup final. It's another day out, but I don't think we're getting there. Is there any reason for Shaw to play over Brandon? For me, no, but I think he does. Will Phil Foden be shown up for the fraud he is if bothers to select him, says Sean. Do you know what? Phil's a decent player. He wasn't the star of that World Cup team for me, but Phil is a decent player. I just think City, because they've never had an actual decent youngster come through that's actually stuck around and done anything in their first team, just hype him up to a whole nother level. And Pep comes out with some utter bollocks, doesn't he? He said he wouldn't even sell him for 500 million. What are you on about? He actually said their first half, where they went down against United last month, was one of the best that his City teams performed this season. Was it fucking really, Pep? Really? This is where I wish the journalists would grow a pair of bollocks and actually ask him some stuff in press conferences that means something, rather than just sitting there taking note of everything he says and not calling him out on his utter fucking wibble that he comes out with. It's a joke that no one calls him out on it. I think the journalists are so far up his arse that they can't even fucking see what's going on with him no more. Do we know anything when Garner and Levitt are back fit? I think Levitt will be a little bit while yet. But Garner, I think Jose. Ollie mentioned that he was going to be featuring for the under-23s first. Let's have a gander. Prince Mada Talitheth says 3 windows and 3 players in, world's greatest club. You expect more, don't you? You definitely expect more. You definitely hope for more. But, I mean, I think you have to put that down to the club's recruitment. I know there's a long process in place. I know that they want to make sure that they get the right players, but my stance on it is, look, you're not dealing with the most finely tuned football team we've ever seen. I think we could speed this process up and maybe take a risk or two more than they are doing, because it seems like we're going super, super, super safe on everything. And let's be honest, as I said in the news video on Paddock this morning, you can go to the relegation teams, you can pick, even up to Villa, those bottom 4 teams, you can find a player that improves United in the relegation teams. So a lot about. Do I think Timbo's close enough for fitness for some minutes? I think he'll probably feature in the 23s first. I don't know that, but I think he probably will. Nothing cup or whatever. It's a semi-final against City up the Reds, says Matt. I echo that one. Did anyone from the Stretford Paddock trials get into MUFC? Would anyone from Stretford Paddock trials get into the starting 11? Starting 11? No. No comment. Cleggy says, we already know Lingard is better against possession teams. Do I think he starts, or does he still have the man flu? By the sounds of it, he's got man flu. Otherwise, yeah, I think he probably starts. I'd look at even throwing him in the centre mid, to be honest, just because we need energy. Matic is not energy. And whether or not Jesse's the right answer, is more of a right answer than Matic is. So anybody. Is it an advantage having our home fixture first? I reckon it'll fit well with how we play. Who knows? Because who knows what shape we're going to be in by the time the second leg rolls around. Is it after Liverpool? It is after Liverpool, isn't it? Oof. If Maguire is injured, who would you choose to replace him out of the players we have fit or lack of? I would choose Rojo or Axel. I don't think either are available. William, now with injuries in midfield and Matic looking like absolute shite against possession-based teams, could it not be better to play Ethan Hamilton in midfield, nearly the same time frame, would put in a shift and plays more adventurous balls than Matic? Yes. Garner would be better. McTominay being fit would be even better as well. Erland, why are there so often so few players and little movement in the box when we attack? Because they know no one can hit them. So what's the point? Doesn't look like we'll sign anyone this transfer window, so do we blame Ollie or the board? Is that a serious question? Is that an actual serious question? Like, there isn't a manager in world football, including Guardiola, who signed 31 players in 3.5 years. There isn't a manager in world football who thinks, one, that he's hard done to, and two, that he needs more players. Managers would have a squad of 75 if they could. I'm certain of it. To play 11 players on a weekend. I am absolutely certain that they would have all the players in the world. They would be like, do you want him? Yeah. Do you want him? Yeah. Do you want this one? Yeah. You've already got 9 left backs? Yeah, we get him. So every manager wants players. There's no way that Ollie's like, nah, do you know what? No, I'd like the challenge of working with no players, because then I'm going to find out how good a manager I really am. Is he saying that? No, he's not saying that, innit? He wants his life as easy as possible, and he wants the better players around to do that. How many goals do we have to score for the bald fraud to cry, says Decryption. I tell you what, if we knocked him out, that could really start rocking the boat. Do I reckon Lingard will score a hat-trick and return to Messi Lingard anytime soon? No. Can we just put Rojo in the middle of the park and tell him to terrorise everyone? If he's fit, yeah. Why 2 legs? Nobody even cares about this competition. I never understood why they make the semi-final of a competition 2 legs when all of the legs and rounds are 1 leg and the final's 1 leg. You're right. No one gives a toss about this competition. Everyone would be well happier, wouldn't they, if they said, you know what, semi-final's going to be a one-off as well. Sweet. It's 1 extra game off in January. Mint. Absolutely double mint. Yeah. Why wouldn't we do that? I'd absolutely do that. Who would I rather take, Grealish or Maddison? Either. Honestly, either. We should play 3-4-1-2. Only way to surprise City. Split strikers, James and Rashford. Greenwood, false 9. Who's your 4, though? And have we even got enough defenders to play a 3? I agree on a certain level. I mean, you could probably go Wan-Bissaka, Jones, Lindelof as your back 3, potentially. Laird and Brandon, because he's definitely not playing Shaw in a midfield, alongside Fred and maybe, yeah, do you know what? Yeah, do it. Fuck it. I'm in. Let's do it. I'm in. Yeah, tell them I'm in. What is our recruitment department doing? They can't all be incompetent. It must be a frustrating job. They're obviously looking at players. It's whether or not then they can go and negotiate and convince the player to come. You can identify. I mean, I'm sure people are, and they're going, do you know what? I've looked through the stats. I've watched tape. I've gone and got a scout report on him, and I reckon that Lionel Messi fella's really good at football. And they're like, oh, no, really? Yeah. Should we get him? Okay, well, let's phone up Barcelona and see how that goes, shall we? So we have to probably deal with the reality that we are no longer able to attract the sort of player that we all want, which fucking sucks. But I also think that this is still Manchester United, and as I said, you can go to the bottom teams in the Premier League and find someone. We found Dan James in the Championship. There are top players out there that aren't playing at top clubs. Loads of them. Absolutely tons of them that you can improve Manchester United with. Loads of them. I just think it's a case of go get them. It's simply a case of go get them. I do think you can find them out there. You know, I don't know the full process of what the recruitment constraints are, because I certainly don't think we're throwing it around like City. And that's that. Manzar says, owned by leeches, have a bit. Who's the pain, Steve? One love, stay United. Yes, our kid. How about Mensah in midfield? The Matic. He's not played a game yet. Believe me, once Tim's proved he can do 90 minutes, I'm fucking driving that bandwagon as well. But he needs games. We don't even know if he can complete 20 minutes yet. So he definitely needs games. I'll try and find out how close he is, actually, because I've got a way of finding that out. So I will try and find an idea on that. Let me know in the comments. Do you think we'll actually sign someone? I think we'll sign someone. I don't know if it'll be someone on the level that everyone's expecting to take us, off into the sunset. But I do think we're going to bring in some reinforcements. Let's sign VAR. Can we do that? Rest Rashford and play Elanga. Fuck it. Says Chase. Maybe. But maybe this is also another trophy that United can win. You're 90 minutes away. No, you're not. You're 180 minutes away from a final. It's not that far, is it, really, in the grand scheme of things? You could set it up and be nice and easy and get a trophy over the line. Yeah. New Age Views TV says, buy Sal, Van der Beek and Werner for now, sell Jones, Rojo, bring back Sanchez and play him right wing. I think they want Shutter Sanchez regardless, Any chance Gomez gets a start or minutes? I don't think he's signing his contract, but I'm softening on whether or not he got the ultimatum. That was the word. And I think the word was Chong wouldn't play first team again, and he's played twice since then. So I think that with how desperate we are, it'd be crazy not to just at least give him some sort of a go, wouldn't it? They'll sign Sean Longstaff and he'll be shite. I can't say I disagree. Do I think we need a proper number 9? I think by looking at who we're linked with, I think Ollie thinks that we need a number 9. Yep. Don't the board want us in the Champions League? I would assume so, but they don't necessarily act like it, do they? Adichie says, I don't think United will sign anybody this window. No manager will win us trophies if players are not giving 100%. Do you know what? You can have players that are giving you 100%, but if they're not good, it's not going to happen, is it? 5 years, still a hole in the middle. Yeah, it's not good enough, is it? Righty, I'm going to wrap it up there, but thank you guys for joining us. Me and Joe are going to continue our debate about the goalkeeper, Romero versus De Gea. We're going to have a brew. We're going to talk a lot of Wibble as well. So come and join us over on Stretford Paddock at 4 o'clock. Joe's also doing that stupid fucking show that he does about 11 or 10 tonight, so keep your eyes out for that one. And I guess I'll see you in the next video after the match tomorrow. See you in a bit.